All right. This sheet is mostly for you to practice. I'm going to go over a couple of them with you. Okay. I'm going to go over specifically number 5. So number 5, we want to find our x and our y intercept. So our y-intercept is when x is equal to 0. When x is equal to 0, that gives you negative 2y greater than 10. That gives you 10 divided by negative 2 is negative 5. So I'm going to go down here to negative 5, plot my y-intercept. We're going to find our x-intercept. Our x-intercept is when y is equal to 0, so that 2y is covered up. That gives me an x value of 10. So I'm going to plot the point at 10. Okay? Now, this is a dotted line. I don't know why it's not letting me. Oh, well, it's fine. I'm going to do my dotted line so it's open. Now, I want you to think, is 0, so if I plug in 0 for x and y, that would give me 0 greater than 10. Is 0 greater than 10? No. So we want to shade the other side that does not have 0, 0. I kind of was a little extra there. So I want to shade that side. Or we also can remember we need to divide by negative 2. The coefficient of y is negative, so we're going to divide by negative 2 and flip our inequality, which means below. Does that make sense? Okay, I'm going to go over number 6. The reason I'm going to go over number 6 is notice they switched the terms. So the y came first and then the x. That's okay. We can still deal with our x and our y intercepts. But it just means you need to pay attention. When we're covering up x, we need to cover up that. So that gives me 12 divided by 4, which is 3. Okay. When we're covering up, when y is 0, we're covering up that. That gives me 12 divided by negative 3, which is going to give me negative 4. So I'm going to go to negative 4, plot my point. I'm going to go to 0, positive 3, plot my point. And we're just going to do a dotted line. Any questions? Now, remember, the x coefficient is negative, but the y coefficient is not. So that means we are going to stay the same. We don't need to flip our inequality. So we are going to shade below because our inequality is saying smaller. I don't know. A lot. Any questions? Now, the last thing I'm going to go over with you is the word problem. Word problem is really straightforward and easy. The biggest thing you need to pay attention is to the words that come in front of our total. At least. At least means minimum. That means greater than or equal to. That is greater than or equal to 50. The students must raise at least $150. If they don't raise $150, the fundraiser will be pointless. Okay? Now, each bracelet sells for $5. Each keychain sells for $3. We're going to write X is the number of bracelets, so this is X. Y is the number of keychains, so this is Y. So our inequality is going to be 5X plus 3Y greater than or equal to 150. Just like we did previously, I'm going to graph by my X and Y intercepts. So when X is 0, that gives me 150 divided by 3, which is going to give me 50. So our y-intercept is at 0, 50. We're going to graph our x-intercept. That is when y is 0. That's going to give you 150 divided by 5, which gives you 30. Now, our line does need to be solid in the case of this. Since we're talking about our area being greater, our value needs to be greater than or equal to, we want to shade above. The important thing about this information is anything on the boundary line can be an appropriate combination of bracelets and keychains and will meet the required minimum of 150. Anything in the yellow region would also meet such. But anything in these points, anything all the way up from 0 to 150 on the number of keychains, or 0 to 29 keychain or bracelets, would not meet that correct combination. Does that make sense? So minimum, I need to sell 30 bracelets or 50 keychains to meet that minimum of $150. Does that make sense? Okay. You should be able to do the rest of the inequalities on your own. This is just practice.